Hey yo, divine earthlings of the universe. What is up? What is up? What is up? I do hope that you all are having a good day, a good night, whatever time it is for you. Peace, love, light, blessings. Namaste to you all. I am here to do a divine collective message. Before I do start, I do want to put my disclaimers out. I am not a psychic. I am just a messenger. I'm here to provide the purest love and light vibes from the Most High Creator, my spiritual team, guides, God, Gaia, the universe, the Most High Source, and the purest love energy possible. Therefore, this is in no way, shape, or form to impose my feelings, thoughts, beliefs into your life. I am one reader. You may resonate with another reader. That's cool with me. Find the reader that is best for you. Keep in mind your intuition, free will, discernment are always a key factor, regardless of a personal or a collective message. And your intuition, your discernment. Did I say that? Your free will. Sometimes it runs together, so I apologize. Either way, if it don't resonate, do not force that Cinderella slipper to fit, and don't eat the food on the plate if you don't like it, okay? All right, this is a non-judgment zone as well. I'm just receiving this download in this moment, time, and space from the Most High Creator. So we remove any dark entities, evil eye vibes, evil eye vibers, and negativity from this space. We keep it divinely protected by our archangels and the Most High Source Creator in the purest love energy possible. So this is a Zen zone, healing zone, uplifting zone, clarity zone, whatever kind of zone that resonates for your journey. So just take it as it resonates. All right, so today is December the 9th. It is 8:55 a.m. on December the 9th, okay, 2024. And that's how we gonna start this reading, 8:55. Okay, Spirit, you showing up. Tomorrow is actually my born day. So today is my, let's say, last official day in this era of life. And so tomorrow I start a new decade for myself. So I just heard Janet Jackson's Design of a Decade song. Or the album. Yeah, Design of a Decade. Just thinking about the last decade of your life even. Let's think about that and how you've become, like, things that were by design are things that you could have designed for yourself to improve your life, your health, your wealth, just your overall being, your happiness even. You know, some things are just by design. And over a decade, if we could think back to 10 years ago even, it's like, wow, where you've come from. And now you can design, you have like a different blueprint for yourself to create and create the world that you want, with the love that you want, or just the love that you feel for yourself. So today on the 9th, I heard so many people played with your energy when you were in your sleep state. And now that you are woke, you are taking back all of your power from those people, or from these people. Then I heard they can no longer sleep on you, ... And I heard having dreams or nightmares or night terrors about you. So people slept on you. That's what I'm receiving. So many people play with your energy because it's kind of like you slept on yourself. You were sleeping on yourself in this sleep state. So when you weren't really woke to who you are, woke to the whole tricks and theatrical events of the Matrix, the plays, the characters, the politics and all that, the rabbits in the hats, the magic, the dark magic, okay? Because you believe in magic, but it was like you were so innocent and sleep to the dark magic as well that was out here being portrayed in your face. Or people portraying to be, I'm hearing people portraying to be light workers, but they were really doing some dark-ish. So they were really like these dark workers behind the scene. So these were people that also played in your energy. You probably met a lot of people. Let's even think over the decade, like I said, over the 10-year span, all of the people that you've met, some of these you have met on your spiritual journey of connecting with like-minded individuals. In my own personal healing sessions that I have for myself, it was a session that we had, and she said, yeah, you connect with like-minded people, but were they like-spirited? So in that scenario, it's like, damn, to think of it in that sort, were they like your spirit? And some of these people liked your spirit, but were not like your spirit. But it seemed like you had like-minded or like-spirited attributes. I'm hearing that some people just liked your mind and how it made their spirit feel as well. So you have like this soft, I'm hearing this soft structure. Something about your softness. Like people, it's like taking your kindness for weakness. You have like a soft heart, and people could just, easily snuggle up to you or something because you just had like this softness. So in a sense, you could have been naive in some cases. Look, I'm guilty of that myself. When you connect with people and again, you believe in that light magic or the magic of life, but you didn't necessarily see the dark side of the magic. And some of these people were dark workers near you. So when you were in this sleep state, they could easily manipulate you, walk over you, influence you, okay? Get you to be a people pleaser. But then again, it's also taking your own responsibility of knowing like, yeah, I did sleep on myself, or I did allow people to walk over me, or I did allow this connection to take advantage of me, and I enabled some things. Admitting that to yourself is a hard pill to swallow, but you still got to swallow that pill. I remember I couldn't really swallow pills when I was younger, and I was so nervous. So they had to like crush it up. And it was even more like, like crush it up in a juice or something just to take the medicine. That was the worst. I said, you know what? I'm about to just learn how to swallow this pill. Or pills, period. I got to figure this out because I am not going to keep crushing up this pill and it tastes disgusting. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. So in that scenario, it's like it's a hard pill to swallow, but you're going to swallow it because instead of crushing it up and tasting every bit of it, yeah, you got to, it's like you think it's going to be better if you crush it up, but it really just makes you want to gag even more. So let's just swallow this pill, take responsibility, own up to it, admit it, and do what you have to do. Like look in the mirror and forgive yourself for whatever I'm hearing like, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like whatever that you did that was probably out of character, or maybe that's when you were just in a low point in your life. Just forgiving yourself for it, letting someone enable or not enable. Yeah, there was like codependency. And you could have been an enabler. And it's like forgiving yourself about that. If you know that you supported a person that you loved and you poured into them financially, and then you were in a financial drought because of it, and you had to like replenish your own drought because this person never repaid you, or didn't even if you didn't ask to be repaid, this person still never repaid you with reciprocity, support, or even standing up for you in some cases, like, or even coming out and showing you that support. So people probably thought you slept on yourself or slept on your gifts. Some people knew that you were very gifted, or some people do know and still know that you're very gifted, no matter the energy that they took from you in this sleep state. The fact that you're woke now You are so woke. I just did a video that said gaslighters are out of gas because they need your fuel. These people need your fuel to keep their passion going. I'm getting like, some people are so passionate about their passions, which is great. Okay, it's great to be passionate about your passions. But it's like, to some degree, there were some people who were just passionate about getting recognized for their passions. So, you got people out here who are passionate about getting recognized for their passion. 10-4-4 on the timer. Yeah. And what it did was it took away from the authentic qualities of this passion. Or it could have enhanced the authentic aesthetic of the passion. But it's like, a lot of people really got consumed. I'm hearing consumed for consumers. Yeah. They got consumed with having more consumers, more input, more recognition, more buys, more prizes. I'm hearing more buys, more prizes, more events, more invites. Like, it was like a social life. Like, the passion was I'm hearing some of these passions, of course, are godly, divine passions that the universe needs. But in a sense, it's like a lot of it got pushed, like the natural quality of the passions got pushed to the side because there was an unnatural approach for recognition. Or some people did some dark ass magic to get the recognition. And in some cases, it included you. Again, your sleep state. There have been instances where you didn't even recognize that people were doing some dark-ish to you until after the fact. Or maybe you were in a sleep state. I'm hearing like a sleep woke state. Because in some cases you were asleep, but you was also very woke. You wasn't fully asleep. And again, as I mentioned, like when you met these particular people on the way, they were people like of like spirited, at least you thought, or like-minded, at least you thought. But along the way, and maybe some were, okay, I'm not saying everybody wasn't, but it's like some instances here where spiritual conversations could have been discussed. I'm receiving, and these spiritual conversations turned into, ooh, let's cleanse ourselves, or ooh, talking about like particular rituals and all that. And you connect with these people and you start to take on, it's kind of like you feel like you're learning from these people. So you took on like, oh, okay, yeah, let me do that. And they're like, yeah, let's do it together. That doing it together was, in a sense, some dark ass shit that you didn't realize was going on, like in terms of destiny swiping, or realizing like, yo, this person don't want me to be happy in love, like realizing certain things between the lines. Like, you had to really start reading between the lines. And yeah, it could have been after the fact of when it happened. So then you start to realize like, yo, that they life booming, but it's similar to what I mentioned to them. So it's kind of like, I ain't gonna lie, guys, that's happened to me. It has. And so it's okay. Yeah, I say it's okay. Because you know what? If somebody is really gonna be doing that, if it's that important to you to do that, by all means, have at it. Okay? Because one thing about me, I'm not gonna allow it to fester. Now, it could have festered, like even going back to this 10-year span, the design of a decade, yo. Let me actually look up 855 since we're, since I opened up the reading with 855. Let's see if it resonates with this message. 855 spiritual meaning. A message from your angels to remember that you are well loved and supported by the universe. Hold on, it cuts off. Okay. Okay. And to remind you to hold onto your faith and trust as you go through these necessary changes. Some restraints and constraints may need to be shed to enable a promotion or advancement of some sort. Yep. So you're about to advance and be promoted. So since you took your energy back, thank you, Spirit. I like how it says that you are supported by the universe. And it is a reminder to hold onto your faith and trust as you go through these necessary changes. So in a sense, when this happened to you, it happened because there was a necessary change that had to take place to bring divine order. It didn't seem like it at the time, but even though I'm hearing like design of a decade, some of this was by design. These people that could energy harvest off of you in your sleep state, it was by design. And it was because you had to have this massive change that was necessary in order for you to start to progress towards your actual divine mission work or your actual divine connections, of healing yourself, of being real with yourself, of removing yourself from a sleep state environment. Because in some of these cases, like I mentioned, you were woke and you were meeting like spirited individuals on their spiritual journey. So you just saw a lot of light and good in people. And me, myself, I also just, of course, you want to see the good in people. I don't want to meet you and just be like, ooh, I see the dark in you. I ain't going up there to do that. I'm going up to, hey, if I'm in a room with people, I'm not there to see the dark in you. I'm here to like just have a uplifting, positive vibe, connecting, see the good in everybody. Now, it's the energy that you meet and how they respond to you, even meeting you first for the first time. That's how you'll know as well. Like, people be having some, I'm hearing like janky, wanky kind of vibes towards you. And, you know, you have a light aura. You are a light worker. You're in it. So, like, even if you met light workers, it's crazy to even talk about this type of subject because it's really unfortunate because you have people out here that you thought that you really met that were real, like real, not being fake to you, not being phony, or would always be real open with you and real honest, especially on a spiritual journey. Like, let's say, yeah, you were asleep and then you start waking up and again you start connecting with people and then it was just dope. It was real, like you felt it. It was a lot of reciprocity here in the connection. And if it was a lover, you felt like appreciated and seen and heard by this person. My eye just went to counterfeit catfishes from yesterday. Okay, so I posted a video yesterday about your ancestors don't play with you when it comes to counterfeit catfishes. And I heard counterfishes, like these people were counterfishes. These people you were realizing who took your energy were counterfeit people. They catfished you in some capacity. Again, you could have enabled it. Or the roles could be reversed. I don't know. Take it as it resonates here and don't force it to fit. But you had met some counterfeit catfishes who knew that you were asleep and knew how to take from you, knew how to harvest off of you, knew how to influence you. So I was going to say, like, this is not really, it's talked about, but I don't know how often this is talked about amongst readers who have gone through something like that. And to me, it's a real thing because I've seen it firsthand. and just in my own journey as well. But like I mentioned, if somebody gonna do that half-added, boo, like I'm not one to be like stooping down to that level or even discuss it in a conversation. You know, it's kind of like, okay, I love you from a distance kind of vibe. And it's not personal. It's really just vibrational. That's the thing. A lot of times this is not personal. Like if this has happened to you and the way you respond, it's not necessarily a personal response. It's more like the vibration of it. Like your vibration, you realize like, wow, I've really risen above that low frequency, that low vibration that you're putting out. So vibrationally, my high vibrations, I'm just going to continue to rise up. And therefore, you might not look back. And so it could look like a cutoff, but you really just rose above that vibration and you still send love and energy and positive vibes to that person. And in some cases, I get it, possibly not. Okay. In some cases, it could be personal. Because if you and this person have a deep ass connection and a deep ass bond and a long history, again, a decade possibly or more, that could be personal if somebody did this to you. And it can make you realize, like, I'm hearing out, like, what is that, outlash or lash out, excuse me. It can make you want to lash out, possibly, especially if you realize all this time this person been a counterfeit catfish. So I'm getting like a lot of people with this darker magic that they could utilize, they do it and they act as, it's like they're a counterfeit light worker in your energy, or they're a counterfeit lover, a counterfeit bond, a counterfeit, I'm hearing influencer again. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Like somebody like a mentor, like a counterfeit mentor, a counterfeit reader, you know, it's crazy. Yep, spiritual burp. It's really, so you have to be mindful of these counterfeit people. And it's like you were asleep to all of that at one point. So now with this 855 as well, okay. Oh, it's a lot. It also signifies you are heading towards substantial changes in your life. Although the changes ahead of you may seem daunting, you are daunting to you right now, excuse me. In time and with hindsight, you will recognize them as blessings in disguise. Exactly. In time, now that you're woke, you've recognized this was just a blessing in disguise. To learn how to shed off or shield off. I'm hearing shed away, like shed off dead skin, or shed away. I'm hearing like a snake when a snake sheds. You learned how to shed all the snakes out your grass, or you're learning how to shed these snakes, or these snakes, they can't even snake you because it's like they start to shed and be exposed or something now around you. So even if somebody who did this to you in the past wants to come back, it's kind of like you might see the snake in them now. Unfortunately, you might just see them. You see that energy now because you're not asleep to it. You're so woke. That's also about how you take your power back. And I'm also getting, if anybody did something known or unknown to you, you know, you can call your power back. I love Shabi Zane. I actually need to get her deck. It's the I declare and decree. So you just declare and decree taking your power back from anybody who ever stole it, in all timelines, rims, dimensions, time zones, galaxies, whatever. Like you write that, and she says, write it down, burn it, call back your power, because a lot of people out here are having substantial changes off of your energy. They've melt. I'm hearing they've melt. Ooh, I'm hearing melting pot. Okay. But I'm hearing like witches, how witches melt with water. Something about melting pot. It could have been a dark witch kind of vibe, okay? Who has like a melting pot, like conjuring up some shit. putting stuff in a pot. Somebody knew how to conjure up some shit and put it in a pot. 918. And I'm hearing one thing Mystic Beauty says. I love her too. Shout out to Mystic. She said they don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. So this person conjured up a lot of ish in a pot, and they don't even have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. So it's like I'm hearing like they done conjured up a lot of ish, and they gotta sit in it. It's like, think about like when you accidentally use the bathroom on yourself, right? You gotta sit in that pissy kind of smell. What if you don't have no change of clothes? You out in public, like something, okay? And what if that happens to you? It's like these people kind of, couldn't hold they bladder, and now it's just like everywhere, and they gotta sit in it. Okay. So this was a blessing in disguise to you. It also says some restraints and constraints may need to be shed and able to promote in advance. So you had to shed these snakes, and now that you shed these snakes, you're able to promote in advance above. So that's why I heard they can no longer sleep on you. These people can't sleep on you no more. It's kind of like when you became woke, they fell asleep. I'm hearing they fell asleep, like they became sleepwalkers in this matrix. It's really unfortunate. Like, I don't even know how to even put it. It's so much emphasis on how these people really just, their passion was for recognition. They wanted to be recognized for their passion. It's like they weren't passionate for the mission, or maybe they were, but it's like they became passionate of this recognition for it. And I really feel like that's your energy too. Like you poured into this passion about this person to be recognized. Like you poured into this person's passion of growth, of development, of success, and of them to be known. Like you poured into this person. So that's kind of where that's coming from too. But going back to the gaslighters are out of gas, the fact that you're not fueling this, whatever, it's like this person, you fuel this person's pump. Like you put the pump in, you paid for it, they had a full tank, okay, and you was on this journey with them, you will always pay for their gas. But this last particular stop, whatever this happened, after, like, when you woke up and you got off, you got out of the car, you stopped putting gas in the car, you stopped paying for it, whatever's left in that gas tank is about to be on empty. It's like you're not in the car anymore. So it's kind of like what you poured into them, what you sowed, like I'm hearing you reap what you sow. So you poured into all of their seeds, and it planted and it blossomed. Again, we are in winter season. Spirit is telling me the analogy of this winter season is things die off. Things die off. Whatever that last fuel tank or whatever last seed that you planted, things are dying off now. It will blossom again in springtime, right? But if you're not there to blossom it, they can only blossom what they are now pouring into their own garden. They only blossom with, they're like with the fuel, they're only running on the fuel that they now pay in their fuel tank. It doesn't incorporate your energy anymore. So it's like this dying off of your energy in their lives that was planted or that was fueling them. So these people can't sleep on you no more, because it's like even in a sleep state, they woke and they thinking about your what you can plant into them again, or how they can get your gas again. And some people might not even be thinking about it. I'm hearing that some people so in their high and mighty vibe about possibly the recognition phase, because some people have been getting a lot of, I'm hearing high acclaim recognitions, high awards, high status vibes. And some people are not even going to see this coming because everything looks so good to be true. But see, it doesn't hit them how they hit you. I'm hearing it might not always hit them in the pockets, but it's going to make pockets. I'm hearing like when you're flying and you hit those air pockets. For those of you who've flown, you like hit these air pockets and it's kind of like turbulence in a way, but they call them air pockets. So it's like, it might not hit their pockets in the physical, like financial pockets. It might hit them like an air pocket, like where it's like turbulence in other areas of their life where it's not steady. It's rocky. It's something about rocky. And I'm hearing something about rock steady. That's an ATL restaurant too, rock steady. That could be symbolic, or if you live in Atlanta, I don't know, but I'm hearing that. But it's like, it's rock steady. It ain't steady. Something ain't steady with this person. And I'm hearing who you rocked with. Somebody that rocked with you, you thought it was steady, I'm hearing. And see, rock steady is like a social gathering kind of place. Maybe this person likes to socially gather there if they live in Atlanta. If not, you just got somebody who like to be socially gathering out to create like a stable image. And when something starts hitting them, because Most High, your spiritual team, the other video I had was your ancestors don't play about you, because they don't. When Most High starts to hit people in their pockets or create these air pockets, these counterfeit catfishes, it's like catfish, these people getting exposed. Our spirit is exposing them to themselves.